Why is Supervisor Hjert so against Dedra Meero in this scene from episode 4? When leaving the ISB boardroom, this scene decisively articulated that since Hjert's promotion to an ISB supervisor for his excellent work, the power dynamic between these two had shifted significantly to the point that Hjert was now assigned to finding Axis, and Dedra had been demoted to be reassigned to the Gorman project. Even so, I expected Dedra to receive more of a sense of humility from Hjert, considering their past working relationship. However, in Andor Season 2, this was a good example of the cutthroat power shuffling within the Imperial Security Bureau ranks. Hjert was seemingly unsympathetic of Dedra's crusade to find Axis when she learned in the meeting Hjert had investigated seized Imperial weapons identified as part of the Axis network. The new supervisor shows his ambition to rise the ranks, and Dedra realises his past loyalty to her has evaporated. But I believe this is due to her damaged reputation after her failure on Ferrix, which, as Krennic mentioned to Dedra in episode 1, indeed some officers would not have recovered from such an incident. Her influence on the ISB board has certainly been damaged, and her supposed mentor, Partagaz, is playing a delicate game to ensure he does not get dragged down by Dedra if the Gorman assignment does not go well as instructed by Krennic. It does seem that Hjert, while as part of Dedra's staff as an attendant in Season 1, had profited from her rise in influence to gain promotion to a supervisor. However, now Dedra is a little tainted by Ferrix, he wishes to distance himself from her agenda. In Season 1 they both worked together so well, and Hjert was one of Dedra's most devoted attendants, diligently sifting through the reams of data to identify misplaced military equipment, as well as running around attempting to ensure Dedra had the best chance of succeeding. I genuinely got the sense that Hjert was loyal to Dedra as a member of her staff, and his support during the lead-up to the Ferrix disaster came across as a good working relationship. When Hjert was indeed a supervisor in the ISB board meeting, I felt in the first instance he would be a strong ally to Dedra, but Hjert's ambition appears to have taken a new path of his own. Another interesting part to the ISB board meeting was the fact that Supervisor Blevin was missing, and Hjert was in fact sitting in his seat. So why has Blevin disappeared from Andor? We last saw Blevin overseeing the surveillance of Mon Mothma through the ISB agent Cloris, who is disguised as Mon Mothma's personal chauffeur. Cloris personally reported to Blevin on Mothma's family activities for any useful intelligence. However, the actor Ben Bailey Smith was not available for shooting during Season 2, as he was working on Netflix's Black Mirror Season 7, filmed between January and June 2024 in London. Those months were exactly when Andor resumed shooting after the 2023 strike shut down, so Smith simply could not block out the multiple ISB board days the scripts required. Rather than recast, the writers embraced the gap and moved Hjert into Blevin's seat and let the audience infer a routine Imperial demotion had taken place. Tony Gilroy was frank in several press chats that returning every Season 1 cast member was a jigsaw of availability. While he was talking about the Bail Organa recast, the same principle applied for the smaller roles. This includes Blevin, but several more changes around the ISB boardroom following the same theme, that the ISB expect results, and if these supervisors do not deliver, they are removed and replaced. Other notable power shifts across the board are Captain Legret's promotion from Outer Rim Enforcement to lead a multi-sector raid initiative. Supervisor Hjert is confirmed as the newly assigned supervisor to the Axis hunt, and Supervisor Lonnie Young highlights how the Public Order Resentencing Directive is causing too many arrests, resulting in processing delays. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about this scene. As always, thanks for watching.